what a treasure to be able to play this stuff. I've used the word treasure a lot today, haven't I?
I like it.
You're a treasure.
Treasure. Are you saying that you need a pony boy? Like you want pony boy in your world, or you need to find your own pony boy?
Well, I mean, kind of a bit of both, maybe. That's a great look on you.
I had such a great time on your podcast. Thank you so much.
Today's guest is a brilliant actress. She's also a director. She directed you, Sarah.
Yeah, she directed me in Why We Fight. I loved working with Danielle. She's such a generous actor's director. And she also is joining me on Scrublands next year, 2027.
Sarah Roberts, season 3, and
Danielle Cormack.
Welcome our next guest. Woohoo! Sweet. Oh, we're ready to go. It is very sweet, isn't it?
You're sweet. You're both sweet. What's going on with that microphone? What are you going to do to it?
I don't know. I haven't been behind a microphone like this since I was a radio host.
Wait a second. You were a radio host?
Yes.
When?
I had my own radio show for about 3 years.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. And
there's a lot about me you won't know.
Well, we were doing a Danielle Cormack deep dive this morning. Your career has been so long, extensive, and you've done so many different things. I didn't know you were a radio host. So what was your show about?
I hosted a show called High Noon Tea.
Ooh.
And it was a show that specialised in roots and dub and reggae music.
That is so cool.
Do you is that the genre that you love?
I love all genres, but I really loved that one. But I was like, yeah, I got a spot, and I ran that show for 3.5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, probably back in probably about 15, 20 years ago, 18 years ago.
Wow.
Yes, when you were children.
Yeah, right, whatever. Was that in New Zealand?
Yeah,
how was my accent?
New Zealand. Aotearoa, New Zealand. Yeah.
Wow. And how did you find that? Did you have producers and stuff, or did you produce it yourself?
Yeah, so I was working for the radio station. I've actually done quite a bit of radio.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have the voice for it.
Thank you.
You've got a very sexy...
Thank you. The thing is now is that most radio is recorded, and it was always that, the saying was, she's got a face for radio. Great, because no one ever saw you. So I really loved it. So I worked on the student radio station for a while, and then I moved over to Kiwi FM, which was specialised in New Zealand content. Yeah, I loved it. Have we started?
Yeah, we're started.
Have we?
Welcome to the podcast.
It was great. When I was working on the student radio station, it was like I did a party request show on a Saturday night. So I'd always, somewhere along the night, I'd always put on Lou Reed Heroin, because the track went for 15 minutes, and I'd duck outside and smoke cigarettes and drink old sherry.
That's like what I do when I DJ. I don't smoke cigarettes and drink cold sherry, but I put on always have a toilet song. So if I need to run away from the decks and go to the toilet, I've got a 15-minute track.
Have you ever done radio though?
No. And I think I've learned a lot from doing this podcast, actually, because Sammy has a lot of connections and she's done a lot of radio work. But it sounds scary to me. It sounds quite grueling.
Well, I think the industry itself is brutal, but you have a natural talent and you're so good at asking questions, and I call her the segue queen. The way she ducks, dives and dodges questions, she's so good. And it's so natural, mate. You're a pro.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, everyone needs a segue queen in their life.
Yes.
Or segue king. You've just got to have someone that can, when you start going off-piste, that you can have someone that just rails you back in.
Well, we actually watched this brilliant performance by you today, actually. You were at Wentworth Comic-Con and you were being your alter ego, a drag king. Sarah and I were like, what is this? This is the coolest, sexiest, funniest thing in the world. Can you please talk about your alter ego for everyone?
Yeah, please.
So I am a drag king, and I have my drag persona is Pony Boy.
We love it.
Who is a wannabe actor. And Pony Boy is, 17. And he's to become an actor, like a Hollywood actor. That's where his ambitions lie. He's taking the route of being a stuntman first. So he's going to stunt school and he's trying to get into the movies by being a stuntman. And Pony Boy is very horny.
So sexy as well.
Super horny. Hasn't had sex yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
He has that energy.
Yeah, he's got that energy. But he is absolutely just, pelvis forward and just ready to take on the world.
Where did you get this idea? Where did you suddenly go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a drag king.
Okay, this is actually a great question, feeding into the nature of your podcast, because Pony Boy, at the time that I started exploring that side of myself, that more masculine side and non-binary aspect of my nature. And also I just wanted to perform and I wasn't really doing much work. And like I said, for me, it's a form of clownery, and it was a way to get in touch with this, it's a side of me that I don't get to portray that much on screen. I wasn't feeling particularly confident. I wasn't getting much work. I was going through menopause. It was all this stuff. So I did exactly the opposite of what I was feeling.
That's so cool.
So I just was like, fuck this. I'm going to be like someone who's got a super ego, who's really ambitious, who doesn't give a fuck about anything, and is just going to go out into the world and just, take on the world. And I was, and Danielle, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm hot flushing and I'm not working, and what's happening to me? And so Pony Boy gave me an avenue to be what the hell I wanted, with a really sure attitude. And yeah, that's how Pony Boy came about.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, we love Pony Boy. I mean,
I love Pony Boy too. Pony Boy has been a really great part of my world.
Yeah, I think we all need a bit of Pony Boy.
I was just thinking that. I need a Pony Boy. I'm going to think about that one. What's your North Star?
Are you saying that you need a Pony Boy? Like you want Pony Boy in your world, or you need to find your own Pony Boy?
Well, I mean, kind of a bit of both, maybe. I mean, I'm already taken, but do you have a North Star for Pony Boy? Would you like to do more?
Yeah, so I have performed a few times with Kings of Joy here at the Vanguard and at the Red Rattler, and obviously at conventions overseas. Pony Boy does it's a night with Pony Boy. So there's, he does sexy bingo and
so cool.
And what's in my pants. There's a competition, what's in my pants.
Lots of roses.
Yeah.
The video we watched where there's so many roses coming out
of the pants.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that.
Haven't you?
Oh, it's brilliant. We just stumbled on it on YouTube when we were like, but when you're like in, it didn't naturally come up, and we were like in and then this suggested one, and this, we were really deep in the YouTube world of Danielle Cormack, and then it came up, we're like, wow, this is the coolest thing we've ever seen.
And your fans love Pony Boy. Like when the camera panned around to all your Wentworth, I think it was a Nashville Wentworth convention, all the fans were cutting sick. Yeah.
Look, it's been fun, and it is fun. But I'm mostly grateful to the community that I've been part of, and my drag coach, Danica Lani, who's such a great drag daddy.
That's so cool.
What does a drag coach actually do? Like, what do they teach you about?
Danica helps me with my choreography, but in the initial stages, finding your drag persona, just helping out with names, and just, I think it's just like helping you, sort of guiding you to finding that part of you that you can then sort of pull out and then manifest in a physical manner, I guess. And I mean, there's no, it's a journey. It's a real journey, and it's not linear. Like it'll be different for everyone, but the community is great, and there's so many different people involved in the drag world here in Sydney, and I think there should be more. So come on,
100%.
Get your drag king on. Look, there's been lots of, there's not just one surefire thing for me that's kind of helped me with anything really. I think it's just a matter of, picking up things and giving it a shot. And I've built that way. So even from a very young age, when I was at primary school, I would write short plays and raid my mother's wardrobe and take clothes to school and make people try them on and make them perform my play. And, then I was going off and doing radio and, then I've, devised plays with people and, just, created work and painted and taken photographs and, there's always been something in my spirit that has needed to express itself or express myself. And a lot of it will, either take flight at points where I'm doing it with other people. And at other times I've used it as a way to get out of a slump where there isn't anything going on. Because, in this job, especially, as an actor, I do other things as well. But as an actor, you'll really rely on someone picking you for the job. And I've always had it in my head. I always feel like there's a classroom of, kids. I don't want to put an age on it, but people sitting like kids going, pick me.
Yes, totally.
Please pick me. And, it's because most people can do it. People that are at our level can do it. And it's just a matter of who fits best in that role. So it becomes a bit of a lottery. And, for me, when I really, truly began to understand that's what it was about, I was like, okay, I need to pivot and do other things. And it didn't make it any less frustrating.
Yeah.
It's frustrating and it can be, debasing depending on where you're sitting emotionally in yourself, what's going on in your world. I was able to sometimes have Teflon, it's like, that didn't happen or, oh, that happened to me or I've lost someone or a relationship's broken up. And then I'd be, I've got this. And other days, so not.
Yeah.
So life has always been, when I say really up and down, I mean that in a beautiful flow of an ebb and flow.
You have this energy that's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, and I don't know. Yeah. Well, even that face, I'm like wondering, is that like an outward thing to sort of give off that impression? And do you have moments of feeling really insecure and like, you know what I mean? Because you kind of just are like. Yeah.
I so give a fuck.
Yeah, okay.
I give a fuck about a lot. And I have to work on my attitude. I have to work on what vibes I'm putting out. Look, I think that there is this misnomer that I am this very strong, powerful, I play these strong female characters. It's like, what is a strong female character? What is that? For me, that is someone who's incredibly vulnerable and who is cracked and beautiful and, everything. That's what a strong female characters. I think there is this idea, it's like if you kind of turn up going, hey mate, give me the money, or that you're a strong female character. But I don't know whether it's a tone of my voice that people think I'm.
I think it's the way you are in your body, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you just seem really. You also just give off a really cool. Like you just seem really cool.
Oh, shut up! No, keep going.
Yeah, we can keep going the whole podcast.
Oh my God, I came in to have a podcast not to leave like feeling amazing. No, thank you. I really don't know. I have deep insecurity about a lot of things, but now I don't care about that. When I say I don't care, I care a lot about the world and stuff, but I'm not caring about those insecurities in my own world, in my own interior. It's like, oh, stop it.
Yeah.
Really, life is too short. Sorry for that horrible platitude just then. But I think now I'm able to be more observational about my experience. Yes, I am comfortable in my skin, but I also have moments of not being, but I'm okay about that.
Yeah.
That I can sit in a more observational space and go, oh, I was feeling a little bit butterfly sitting in this chair before you guys arrived. Before you two arrived. Well, what is that about? Oh, is it because I'm going to be interrogated? Is it because I'm going to die? Is it because, none of those things.
Yeah.
So I've learned now just to go, look, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I am in, like, if we're talking about, different eras of ourselves or different things, I've just started a new one for myself.
This is great.
And it's so simple. And I feel, because I've been a late maturer. I've been very immature for most of my 50 years.
Was that fun?
And no, I'm 55 now, but yeah, totally fun. Very destructive, very fun, unhinged, wonderful, wild, everything. Learned a lot, fell over a lot, and got up a lot. I've hit this new space where I've implemented some things, rituals that I'm doing every day, and it's really working.
What are they?
Yeah.
So
We're strapped in. We're ready to go.
it's so silly.
No, I love this.
But it's not. So when I wake up every morning, firstly, I'm not on social media very much.
Great.
Good.
Bye. It's made me so much happier.
Yeah.
Secondly, when I wake, so I don't pick up my phone first. The first thing I do, I wake up and I start saying hello to different parts of my body.
I love that.
Ooh.
So I work from my feet up to the top of my head. So I'm like, hello, feet, hello, calves, hello, knees. Thank you for holding me up today. Hello, buttocks, hello, pussy.
Oh, this is so good.
Hello, solar plexus. Go blah, blah, as you go. And then when I get to my brain, then I start to talk to my brain about how I want the day to roll out. So it's like, show me how good today is going to get.
Yes.
And I'm super grateful for this. And I'm really excited about today because I'm coming on your podcast. I'm really excited today because I get to hang out with my mum who's over from New Zealand. Anything that presents itself today, I can handle. So it's just kind of, it's that just rewiring my neural pathways.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but it's been really lovely for me because I would get out of bed and my cortisol levels would just go zook because I have that capacity. And I think just the way that my brain works, it's...
I think that's such a beautiful way to start the day. And I'm all about like rewiring neural pathways. That's like my jam. How long have you been doing these rituals for? And would you notice like, as in, for months or so? And what were you doing previously that you've really like...
Yeah, I don't think, I think that I was very active in doing things, tangible things like getting up and going to the gym and, working and writing and, taking meetings and doing all that. But I was really not doing much on my spiritual, emotional health. I mean, I see a therapist during times of my life and, I think that's, a wise thing to do. I really do for anyone. But I just felt like I was kind of letting that slide.
Yeah.
So it was just taking that action, taking that step to go, okay, I'm going to centralize this. This is actually quite important.
Yeah.
And just getting a handle on my physical, my whole physiological, I'm going to add so many illogicals in there now. Physiological, I like it. On my own health, my physical, emotional, spiritual, mental. And because I just try to do bits and bobs and then I would just then sort of fall off down the track again and not getting, struggling with work sometimes or struggling with relationships or, family or whatever. I never felt like I was really able to manage it like I wanted to. And, just felt a bit beaten.
Yeah.
So definitely getting on top of hormones as a cis female, like getting on top of that stuff has been queen.
Yeah.
So to any of your listeners out there, if you, I'd say get on top of that stuff. And I've also stopped drinking alcohol.
Oh, great.
And that's been a fucking treasure.
How long have you been sober for?
2 months.
Yes, so good.
Yeah. So I've had different bouts of, drinking, sobriety and not throughout my adult life. And imagine if I said throughout my life, as a baby, I was like, I don't think I would have this martini. I know. And I must say that I'm really enjoying it this time around.
That's so good.
It's made a difference. So I feel like there's been a few choices that I've made, like conscious choices, to put myself first, so I could really be there for the communities that I'm involved with, my family. Because I just felt like I was getting to a burnout, but I'd never listen to myself when I'm in burnout. I just keep going.
Yeah. That's so bad for burnout. That's like the opposite of what you should be doing.
Yeah, but the no drinking has been good. I went back to New Zealand to Aotearoa, my homeland, for Christmas time, and whenever I get with my family, they really like to drink.
Yeah.
They really like to drink. It's always like, oh look, the sun's coming up. Shall we have a drink? Oh look, the dog's managed to go to the toilet outside. Should we have it? It's like, okay. And then I came back from there just going, okay, I've had many drinks. And then Sarah Walker, a really dear friend of mine, an amazing Australian writer, we landed a writer's residency in a chateau in France in January. So we went over there and it was amazing. We had 2 weeks and we were working on a feature film that we've got together that I'm wanting to direct. Ooh. I'm going to direct. Yeah, well, I directed you in the short film.
That's how we met.
I know.
I loved working with you.
Well, Sarah, what type of director was Danielle?
Just because of your acting experience, I guess, and because of your big heart, I just felt like you were a real actor's director. Sometimes you work with directors that are just super technical, but I really felt like we were on the same level. And the character that I was playing she was going through a lot, wasn't she? And I just really felt like you were able to get me to those places and it didn't feel intimidating or scary, where sometimes it can feel like that.
Oh, thank you. I loved working with you and it was a great experience for me to work on that. Yeah, so we've got a film, and when we were at the Rise Residency, the wine cave would open at 6 o'clock every night. So we'd be like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there was lots of writing and lots of whining. So when I came back from that trip away, I was like, okay, I was feeling like I could actually just settle down now and just focus more on the work rather than what time the wine cave opens. Yeah, but that's really exciting. So I've got some other acting. I've got the play coming up and some other jobs that I'll be working on acting-wise, which I'm really excited about. But I've also got some projects in the pipeline that I'm going to be directing and also being part of the writing and producing stuff. So yeah.
I remember I went to a mental health retreat, which was life-changing, and they described it, looking after your mental health, like sitting on a chair with 4 legs, and you've got physical health, spiritual health, mental health and environment. And like you look at your life and think, okay, I'm leaning more to, like I'm looking after my physical health, but I've neglected spiritual. And I think that's a really great way to, like, sometimes I would do like a section with all 4 and then write things down that I've done for myself or where I need improvement. So anyway, I just thought that might be handy for listeners.
That's good. And look, what I'm doing, this is only for me. I'm playing catch up. I know that there's a bazillion people in the world going, oh, like we've been doing that for years. Like I said, I'm a late bloomer, and so I'm just saying what has been working for me.
Yeah, I love it.
And especially it's allowed me I've found a little bit more space in terms of my creative work and also just my everyday. It's been great.
How do you keep your mental health at its peak while you're playing all of these roles? I mean, particularly like I think of your character on Wentworth, you had to go to so many deep, dark places for such a long period of time.
Yeah, there was a big chunk of time on that show for me that I was just like, this is great. Well, great. This is such great work. We were in this environment where we get to play out these amazing arcs and these women just, in all of their vulnerability and their trauma and their beauty, it was like, what a treasure to be able to play this stuff. I've used the word treasure a lot today, haven't I?
I like it.
You're a treasure.
Treasure. It was a gift. And so, but then it caught up with me definitely at the end of, I think, season 3. I did 4 seasons. And it was the first time ever as an actor, after working for 30 years, that I actually felt some residue from the character I was playing. I'd never experienced that before.
Wow.
So it was a bit of a shock. And I just went and saw someone. I went to a therapist and had a bit of psychotherapy and hypnotherapy and all the therapies, and just to find a way back into my own body, because I think a lot of people would know that when you are acting and you're having to act out a scene that's particularly gruesome, your body doesn't know it's not true.
Yes. this
So
is
you
huge.
actually carry that with you. And so, I learned some techniques of being able to check back in with my own body when I finished for the day.
That's so great.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing what those techniques were?
It's very similar to what I do now. Hello, feet. Hello.
Yeah.
It was just checking in, just spending a couple of minutes just scanning your body, going through it and just kind of owning yourself again as yourself as opposed to the character. But I think, for me, I love getting lost in a character. I'm not a method actor by any means, but I love getting lost in the world of story and, it's a chance to be someone else that I'm not. I don't mind that. But, I definitely felt it on that one towards the end.
Yeah. You didn't find out that your character was leaving Wentworth until 2 weeks before your character was killed. How did you handle that mentally? As Danielle, we as actors, we both were just like, whoa,
Yeah,
that would be really hard.
Yeah, usually like our contracts are ending. So we're like, okay, cool. We know that in 6 months we're leaving. And I'm sorry if you've spoken about this in nauseating amounts, but we found it new information. So I'm sure other people don't know.
Cool. Yes, I have spoken about it a lot, only because I do a lot of Wentworth conventions. So they're always asking about it, but that's absolutely fine. Look, yes, it was a shock because I think we all knew that someone was going to die, but I was like, it's not going to be me.
I'm the star of the show, guys.
I'm fine, babe. I'm like, you're going to be here forever. And then, of course, it was revealed that it was B. Smith, the character I played. So it was a big shock. And it was conveyed to me on a late Friday afternoon. I was flying back to Sydney from Melbourne. So I spent the weekend going through it all. I was angry and I was confused and I was really sad. And then by the time I arrived back at work on Monday, I was like, right, let's make this a really fantastic, meaty exit. And so thankfully the writers, Marcia Gardner, she let me sit with her and we kind of beefed up some of the some of the storylines that were as part of her departure. Look, it was really confusing for me. I think, this is the only time that I've ever been written out of a show, and I've been written out of a few.
Have you?
Yes. I seem to always get killed off in the fourth season.
Sure.
Yeah. Everyone's going, by the fourth season, they've had enough of me. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So I actually did take it personally.
Yeah,
I think I did. And I had the ability to go, look, I'm just an actor playing a character who's may or may not stay in the show for all this time, and that's what you get used to. Well, that's what I'd gotten used to. But for some reason that eluded me. And then I was like, oh, I'm really sad about this.
Yeah.
And I felt slighted, and I wanted to kind of, I just became really entrenched in getting killed off. And I look back on it now and I feel a little bit embarrassed about it because it's like, oh God, it's just a character. But at the time, I think that I'd invested so much, as all the actors do on that show. I mean, you can't turn up and do it half-assed.
100%.
Yeah. So, I took the death of the character on board a lot more than what I ever have done. Yeah. So, and then afterwards, I did get a couple of really meaty roles. I got to be on a show called Secret City with Anna Torv, and got to play like a maverick politician. And I did some work on Jack Irish.
Yes.
And then it was kind of crickets.
Really?
Yeah. And I did little bits and bobs, but for me, I realised, I look back and I think how lucky I've been that I have had a career that I've just jumped from job to job to job to job, and whether it's been in film or television or stage or voice work or whatever, voicing games, or I had always managed. I'd never had a big period of unemployment, and I felt slapped. I really did, and so because that was, I think, the last role that I had played that was over such a period of time, it did stay with me longer than usual. Look, and now I'm super grateful that I got to play such an iconic character and great character on the show, on an iconic show, and also that they did kill B off at that time. I'm super grateful because I didn't want to stay anyway. I was starting to feel like I wanted to leave.
A question that we ask all of our guests when they come on our potty is if they feel comfortable to tell us about a moment in time in their life where they felt like they've just hit rock bottom and they've had to crack on with life and how they've managed to do that.
Mine have always been around loss. You know, loss of a relationship, loss of someone in my life. You know, like I've lost a few friends along the way. Yeah, I feel like don't ever become a friend of mine because you might meet your greater good sooner than what you anticipated.
It's so
It's bizarre.
And it would sorry, continue actually.
No.
Well, it would be hard to feel closeness. Do you feel that I've only lost a really special person to me, well, actually twice, but then you kind of build maybe a guard up, or can you talk about that experience?
It's bizarre. I think that I've placed the processing of grief into a very pragmatic space. So it's like, look, we're all going to die. I can carry the love of that person, not the love, sorry, the love that I have for that person and who I believe they were and are. I can carry that with me. So they're not fully lost. But I don't know whether that's just some strange coping. You know, who knows? Like it's, you know, what I do know now is that nothing is certain, not even the way that I view things. You know, I can view, my point of view can shift drastically from one month to the next, as long as I remain curious about things. But that's a really great question. I mean, I think I had a friend, my very dear friend of mine, who was killed in a car accident. She was my best friend in high school. And only the other day, a photograph came up and I felt like I got sucker punched, and I haven't felt like that about her for decades. You know, so it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I feel like around that, but, you know, I've picked myself up many times. I feel like I've been in states of absolute psychopathy, really, not a moment to be, you know, proud about. I've had crazy.
Yeah, totally. Haven't we all?
Yeah. How have I coped with that stuff? I usually eventually when I come back down to ground, you know, I employ the help of others, and I like surrounding myself in very grounded people now. I have a very small crew of people around me now. I live a pretty simple life, I think. Just in my everyday today, my brain isn't. My brain is madly creative and just on fire all the time, which I love. But I think I need to keep my personal life very tempered, which is good.
What is something that really cracks you up laughing?
Just physical comedy for me, but when people fucking fall over and
we love that.
Like, you know, good trip up. That's always good. My son's really funny. My youngest son, Tiahika, is very funny.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a crack up.
What's his humour like?
He's very dry, and yeah, he's kind of naughty. Like I can't stay angry at him.
Yeah.
You know, even if he's just, you know, I'll just be straight down the line like, this is really important, and he'll be like, you look really tough. Like, tough. You know, like it's just naughty. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have one thing that kind of makes me laugh. I just, you know, I mean, comedy is that right timing, and it doesn't matter what it is. It's just if it happens at that right time.
We have a little tradition on our potty. We give all of our guests a fortune cookie.
Oh.
These ones are actually pretty cringe, I must say. But anyway, it's just a nice little saying we sign off the show with.
And so I crack
this.
you can,
This is me cracking my fortune
crack it open.
cookie.
What's she going to get?
You get some good sound effects.
Yeah.
There. Okay. I like this.
Ooh.
Happiness will always follow you.
That's fun.
What have you got?
Oh,
Do you get to?
Well, I just usually eat them after the show.
And then what do we do with these?
I'll do it for fun. You can eat them if you want. You don't have to because you got places to be.
Let's do that.
That's a great look on you.
I had such a great time on your podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. We had a ball.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're
been so
welcome.
wonderful.
Now I've got fortune cookies in my
in your
eyes.
eyes.